It's Tuesday, August 21st. This video from the Kerala floods of Jaisal KP, a fisherman from Vengyara, crouching down to enable women and children to climb to the safety of a boat, has gone viral. The National Disaster Response Force personnel who were leading the rescue operations in Vengyara region informed us they won't be able to reach the place where these women were stranded. News 18 quoted him as saying, Jaisal is one of the many fishermen who have ventured out to help those stranded in villages. The Alappuzha district collectorate in fact said fishermen were able to rescue 16,000 people in the region using their boats. Their role in this rescue mission was immense. A department revenue officer in Chenganur was quoted as saying that fishermen were involved in the most risky part of the operation efforts. Key to note that these fishermen were out there without safety jackets. The Indian Express reported that of the 54,000 people rescued in Ernakulam district, 18,000 were saved by fishermen who deployed 240 boats there. Acknowledging the contribution of the fishing community, the Chief Minister said, fishermen have played a major role in rescue operations and they will be given 3,000 rupees per day, a new boat and fuel. Damages will be compensated fairly. And to fighting fake news while battling floods. You may have come across this video of a man dressed in an army uniform criticizing Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan for allegedly obstructing the work of the armed forces in the flood-ravaged state. The army has called it fake. The army statement read, imposter wearing army combat uniform in video, spreading disinformation about rescue and relief efforts. Every effort by all and Indian Army aimed to overcome this terrifying human tragedy. Forward disinformation about Indian Army on these numbers. We are at it. #Kerala floods. The man in the video says, I'm addressing Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. Why do you have so much animosity towards the Indian Army? Is it because your minister Kodiyeri Balakrishnan doesn't want the army to come to your state? Thousands are stranded in Chenganur. Just let us come and do our work. We will not take over your state. Don't be scared. Aren't you bothered about your people? We do this kind of rescue operations everywhere around the country. This isn't anything new for us. Fact-checking website Boom Live says they have identified the man in the video as Unni S. Nair, working for the Defence Security Corps in Tamil Nadu. And that friends and relatives of Nair they spoke to said he is an ex-serviceman currently working with the Defence Security Corps. The role of the DSC is to provide security cover to defence installations and civil establishments of the Ministry of Defence. The Boom report says Nair was upset over family members being stuck in the floods in Pathanamthitta and that he regrets recording the video while in uniform. The Kochi International Airport, which sees the fourth highest international traffic in the country, will remain closed till the 26th of August. While the full extent of the damage to Kochi Airport is not yet clear, the shutdown of the facility is unprecedented. No major airport in India has had to close for 11 days due to rain. The flooding of this airport is an event foreseen. The facility, which opened in 1999, is barely 400 meters from the Periyar River. When the airport was built, a creek, the Chengal Toda, that served as a distributary from the river, and 3 irrigation canals that provide water to nearby paddy fields were realigned to make space for the runway. The airport's drainage system leads into the Chengal Toda, which in turn is connected to the Periyar. Environmental activist C.R. Neelakandan, who had raised concerns about the airport in the 1990s, says, by realigning the creek, the airport authorities ended up narrowing it. The airport area is the floodplain of the Periyar. If you take a floodplain, there is every chance of a flood, even if you reclaim it. Chengal Toda is the only line connecting Periyar to other rivers. Neelakandan said that when he asked authorities what would happen in the event of a flood, they had replied that Kerala's dams would help control it, but also that floods were a thing of the past. Now, with the opening of the gates of the two major dams of the Periyar, the Mullaperiyar and Idukki, everything downstream is inundated, including the airport itself. The Chengal Toda is still a significant part of the lives of those who live near it. It frequently overflows during the monsoon, and the resultant waterlogging is made worse by a tall concrete wall built by the airport to prevent the water from entering its runway. The airport has now begun to demolish the wall, this time to let the water out. And it's not just Kochi. In 2011, the Chennai airport in neighbouring Tamil Nadu extended the second runway by building a bridge over the Adayar river. In the 2015 floods, the river overflowed into the airport, forcing it to shut down. The Mumbai airport, which handles the highest passenger traffic in India after the Delhi airport, is also a river encroacher. Its first runway, the Times of India reported in 2005, was built on a culvert over the Methi River. The second runway, which forms an X shape with the first, extends directly into the river itself, gradually narrowing it down with each extension. The report cites this as one of the reasons the Methi did not drain out water from the city when it was paralyzed by floods on 26 July that year. Meanwhile, the death toll in Kodagu district in Karnataka that is also facing flooding has risen to 8. Close to 4,000 people have been displaced. National Highway 275 has been damaged in several places, and repair work, authorities say, could take at least 6 months. The Bangalore Mirror reports that as many as 123 roads, 278 government buildings, and 3,800 electric poles or transformers have been damaged in Kodagu. In Tamil Nadu, a flood alert has been sounded for 13 districts, including the Kaveri Delta regions. Nearly 14,000 people, officials say, have been moved to relief camps across the state. It is the first Hollywood film in 25 years to have an all-Asian cast. It's had the biggest rom-com opening in USA and Canada in 3 years, and it's being heralded as a game changer in representation with its all-Asian cast, Asian director, and Asian screenwriter. What are we talking about? Crazy Rich Asians. The $30 million film has already made $34 million at the US-Canada box office in just the first 5 days of release, a huge win for the makers who consciously turned down a lucrative Netflix deal in favor of a riskier cinema release. Adapted from Kevin Kwan's bestseller of the same name, Crazy Rich Asians is a bit of a Cinderella story. Ordinary Asian American economics professor travels to Singapore to attend her boyfriend's best friend's wedding and meets his family, only to be thrust into the complex world of Singapore's elite when she realizes he's, well,
crazy rich.
It's not a movie, it's a movement, said John Chu, the film's director. And for Asian Americans, the film is a game changer. It is a direct reform of Hollywood's long tradition of casting Asians as the tech guy, the sidekick, or action film femme fatale, and a huge change from Yellowface, where white actors are painted up to play Asian characters. Think Scarlett Johansson in the Hollywood live-action remake of Japanese anime Ghost in the Shell, and Emma Stone in Aloha. For Asians, though, who have little expectation from Hollywood, the film is less exciting. Singaporean cast members also told the BBC that they were told to use less Singlish, Singapore's unique brand of English, and the movie trailer features almost no Singaporean accents. The film also lands up misrepresenting Singapore, using it as a mere backdrop for Asian American fantasies, writes Tessa Wong for the BBC, and focuses almost entirely on East Asian faces, which has led to Singaporeans tweeting with the hashtag #BrownAsiansExist. The depiction of Crazy Rich is also problematic, as if these levels of extravagance don't happen elsewhere and does little to combat the othering of Singapore and Asia, writes Kristen Hahn for Vox. But all said and done, this is a film of many firsts.
It takes guts coming all the way over here.
And then,
I met a girl, I fell in love, and I want to marry her.
Who doesn't like a good love story? Swoon on while we top up your news and analysis for tomorrow.